So I'm here to tell you, you're not bad at Spanish. You just taught wrong. That's it. The reason why so many of us who come to Mexico are stuck in, as I call, survival Spanish mode. You know, that mode where, like, you can say, hola, cómo estás, dónde está el aeropuerto. You can say, like, you could dónde está el banco. You can say certain things, but when it comes down to actually feeling confident and actually feeling like you can speak Spanish, we just, a lot of expats never get there. We never get there. We never get there, and I'm here to tell you why. Right. So my story, I tell you, I came to Mexico. I didn't speak any Spanish at all. Nothing. I knew absolutely nada. I didn't know anything. I couldn't throw sentences together. I couldn't tell you anything. All I knew was uno, dos, tres, and hola. I didn't know nothing. Took all the courses. None of that shit worked. But what did work is when I just just threw all the other shit away, man. A lot of that stuff that we learned, a lot of stuff that people are using. The reason why you've been living in Mexico for like 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and you still don't speak Spanish because you're using the wrong methods. You're using old bullshit methods. I mean, I'm not. It's not to go at you, viewer, whoever's watching this. I'm more so mad at the at the learning method, like the school way and all that stuff. I'm more so frustrated at that. All that shit is bullshit. What you need is a Spanish learning system, right? And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to break down all the things that happen, why you're not progressing in speaking Spanish, and how to correct it as well. So I'm not just going, we're going to get through, we're going to get you right. So make sure. So the number one mistake that expats make that keep us, speaking survival Spanish is they're afraid to make mistakes, right? They're afraid to get out there and actually talk to people. They don't want to sound. Nobody wants to look like a beginner. Nobody wants to look silly. Nobody wants to be made fun of. Nobody wants to, you know, nobody wants to make mistakes or anything like that. People just want to be comfortable, right? So when people take on the task of wanting to learn Spanish, they just never. They just feel like, hey, I'm in this expat community. There's other Americans here, Canadians here, other people that speak English here, right? Why do I mean, Spanish is just too hard, man. And I don't want to look. I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to make mistakes. I don't want people to laugh at me. And the material I'm using isn't helping me either, right? Just memorizing a bunch of phrases isn't helping you either, right? So the fear is it's okay. I understand the fear. I had the same fear. Now, what I'm here to do, what my Spanish learning system is designed to do, is to snap that fear, give you actual concrete, things to say in conversations. That way you don't, you're not just translating your head or you're just thinking and stuff, or you're afraid to say something. You're always gonna have something to say. Right. So that's why right there. People just afraid to speak, and the material they're using doesn't help them with the fear, right? They're still scared because they know they ain't really they know deep down they ain't really learning shit. Let's be honest. Um, the second one, I might have kind of touchly briefed on it, but translating your head. So the translating your head thing. The problem with this is that, okay, so for one, you have to understand that English and Spanish are not the same. Yes, their alphabets are similar. Yes, some words are like they call cognates, right? Like some words we have in English are kind of the same in Spanish, so you do have that. But the way Spanish is spoken and the way English is spoken are two totally distinctive different things. Like they're totally different. You would not speak. You would not like if you try to train. If you hear something in Spanish, I'll give you an example. Right, te lo doy. Right. If you were to directly translate that, like directly from Spanish to English, it would say you, it, I give. You, it, I give. Like you'd be like, what? That's not good. That's not good English. Exactly. It's not English. It's Spanish. That's the point. It's not English. It's Spanish. So when you have the foundational rules to understand why Spanish is said the way it's said and why you say the things you say, that's going to give you more confidence and actually speaking and knowing why and when and how and where to say certain words, right? That's what a lot of material, a lot of Spanish material out there is not telling you. I would say 80%. Okay, so the next one, yo, if you liking the video, if you like the video, like, subscribe. If you like, if you're still here, yeah, for sure, show some love. The next one is trying to memorize. Okay, now memorize is this is oh man, this one I fell prey to this one. I'm gonna tell y'all. So when I was when I was first learning Spanish, man, I'll tell you, I treated it like some type of test, right? I had a whole list of Spanish phrases to memorize, like okay, okay, donde está, okay, donde está, I would just remember all these phrases, like the banco, memorizing these sentences they would give me, all this shit, right? And I remember I got into a taxi and he asked me something. I didn't know what he said. And like everything that I had studied for it just like exploded about, like the whole plan just the whole plan failed. You know how they say everybody goes into the ring or the plan till they get punched in the mouth? That's exactly how it was. I got punched in the mouth and I was like, damn, I don't know what do y'all what I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Memorizing is going to have you stuck. You need to be fluid, like I said in boxing. You need to be able to react. You need to be able to time your punches. You need to have a strategy. You need to have a rules, like how you engage, rules of engagement. Just memorizing shit. You don't know what somebody's gonna say. You don't know what opportunity. You don't know what's gonna happen. That's not how we speak in English. You don't have a million words memorized what you gonna say in English. No, you just know how to react, how to respond. You know how to express yourself, your needs, your desires, and your thoughts. You don't have a bunch of, so that's how you got to do it in Spanish as well. But like I said, the problem is that the material that we learn, they don't really teach you that. You just give a bunch of words to memorize. El carro, all this other shit. It just doesn't really help you in the grand scheme of things. You need an actual you need to actually understand what's going on. And I got a list of stuff right here. Not and the next one, I just kind of touched on it. Not knowing how to build a sentence. This is extremely important. This is the game changer for me. And I'm glad if you're still listening to this video, you got to get a real gem. Being able to build sentences is what changed everything. It changed everything for me. Um, it's what set me apart from so many other Americans who were living in Mexico who were trying to speak Spanish. Being able to actually build a sentence, know how to build a sentence, and know why you're building a sentence, and being able to communicate and receive feedback in real time is going to supercharge your Spanish learning process. Absolutely supercharge. If your Spanish curriculum that you're using does not have a specific section and a lot of time honed in on building sentences, then it's not worth a shit. Then you're just wasting your time, wasting your money. Just being real. Trust me, I didn't took all the courses. I took all the courses. There are some good ones out there, but if they're not talking about this, then it's not a waste of time. So, like I said, that's all the things that are holding you back. Now, I'm going to tell you what you need to address all those issues, right? What you need is a Spanish learning system. Now, a Spanish learning system is designed to hold you accountable, to remove all the guesswork, and give you a straight line path to speaking Spanish confidently, right? You don't really care about memorizing a bunch of shit and grammar rules and all the other nonsense. You want to speak Spanish confidently. And I'm going to break down that Spanish learning system like I was telling you about. Spanish learning system is going to start out with foundation, sentence building, and immersion. If you want more information, go to the link in the description box below, and I have a whole master class about it, and I address everything in there as well. It's about an hour long, so just sign up with your email and you get instant access to the master class. But yeah, the Spanish learning system is what is going to change everything for you. It's going to change it all. It is not. It's learning the language is not like it's not a test in school. It's not memorizing a bunch of flashcards. It's not being so super duper grammatically correct that all the other stuff. It's none of that. It's effectively communicating in Spanish. That's what it's all about. And that's all you really want to do. That's all any of us want to do. We just want to communicate. We want to make new friends. We want to meet new people. We want to make business deals. We want to experience culture. We want to enjoy Spanish music, movies, books, TV shows, everything. That's what we want to do. And that's what you can do if you have a Spanish learning system. So like I said before, man, check the link in the description box below. It's your boy Lou, man. Let's get bilingual, y'all. Catch y'all later. Peace.